Welcome back, homies, to Homie Talks. This is a series where I simply talk about different ideas and concepts that have arrived in my life over the past several years that I've seen other people struggle with. And I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on what those problems are, why they're problems in the first place, and how to overcome them. If you like this series, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of the other videos linked in the description below. Today, what we're talking about is creating spaces that are within your element. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, let me just give you 2 examples to start off with. One is mi casa, here in my apartment, the vibe that you see here. All of this is of my own creation. And my intention with this space was to develop a cozy and safe space for people to come over, hang out in, and a lot of times just to take naps and rest and replenish. My other element is at the beach. If you are going to the beach with me, I will make sure that you have an amazing time simply because I feel like I am in my element when I am there. Whether hosting volleyball or going in the ocean or just bringing our books and reading or picking up snacks and drinks and just going in and hanging out in the shade under the umbrella that I have. Those 2 spots are my element. And when people walk into my element, I'm able to give them my most, I won't even say authentic energy, but kind of, right? It's just my side of life that I'm most comfortable, most confident, and most, I don't know, high on life in, if that makes sense. If you've been struggling to make friends, or if you've been struggling to develop deeper relationships other than just passerby conversations, then I think one place to start is discovering what your element is. And that may take time. Just to preface this, it may take a lot of energy and a lot of effort to discover what your element is. But if you're leading this discovery process with the right intention, and you're in search of your own element, of your own gift, of your own vibe, then you're going to be able to create that space and grow it and design it and refine it into a physical, tangible environment or atmosphere that not only you will feel, but everyone else around you will feel when you invite them into it. So how do we do this? Well, first things first, discover what you don't like. I don't like clubbing. I'm not big into night clubbing. I'm not big on fancy dinners. I really don't believe that people are able to have meaningful conversations in those environments. And I believe in human connection as the forefront of currency. If you have human connection and you have deep, meaningful relationships, you are going to live a happy life because you feel supported. And I love entering spaces and creating my own spaces that support the ability to deepen human connection with others. For me, if someone invites me out to a nightclub or someone says, hey, do you want to go to this fancy restaurant? I usually just politely decline. I'll just say, hey, not really my vibe tonight, but let me know when you guys are going to the beach, or let me know when you guys are just wanting to go to the park and hang out, or just come over and chill and talk. I'm super down. And so I always recommend an alternative to them so to make sure that they know I want to hang out and I want to get to connect. However, I want to do it in a space that I feel happy in, and make sure that they are able to retain that space with other people who also enjoy that same environment. That way, we both protect our elements and we both protect the spaces that we are trying to create. Now, again, doesn't mean that clubs and fancy dinners are a bad thing. They're just not my thing. And I know that. And so what I'm saying is, for you, discover what is not your thing. Discover all of these things and environments and atmospheres that are not your vibe, that are not your energy. And that will go through a process of elimination until you're left with a select few amount of things that you actually feel not even amazing in, but neutral in. Like, you have to cultivate from neutrality. You have to cultivate the energy and the atmosphere and the ambiance from like a neutral point and then grow into it. So first off, process of elimination, get rid of the things you don't like. Write them down, say them out loud, whatever you need to do to affirm to your brain, this is not my vibe. The second thing is growing your vibe, right? What can you do to make that space even more aligned with what you want to do? And so, for example, my apartment here, it's been here for 2 years, as in with me living in it. And month by month, I've just added a little bit of myself. But as you can see here, there's not much in it. Like, I have an open layout. I used to have my couch in the middle of the room facing this TV, but actually this TV has no cable and I don't even have any internet on it, so it's never on. And I moved my couch over to the back because I wanted to create a space that fosters community, where we can be floor sitters like I am now. You see most of my videos, I'm just sitting on the floor. I think a lot of people don't ever feel that, and it kind of heals your inner child in a bit to just sit on the floor and talk to your friends and not be sitting in front of a TV in silence, or playing video games or drinking and whatnot. It's like you can create spaces with people that are sans drugs and alcohol. Nothing bad against them. Obviously, drink responsibly and use in moderation whatever it is you're doing, and say what's up to the crows outside if you can hear them. But ultimately, I really like environments where we get to have conversations. And by utilizing the space, I only have 800 square feet in this apartment. So size-wise, it's tiny, but quality-wise, it's everything. And people always come over and they're just like, whoa, like, this is crazy. Like, this is like, you feel the energy of this space. And I think that's what I really am gonna push to create in this online space with all of you guys. And I'm learning, taking it slow. I'm not trying to rush into anything. I believe a fulfilling process leads to fulfilling results. And right now, this process of sharing with you guys is very fulfilling. Good morning, yes. When it comes down to the last thing, so after you discover your element and you cultivate your element, you grow it, the last thing is to live it and to learn how to carry that element within you every day, 24/7. And what that means is, once you've cultivated and lived intentionally enough to design spaces for yourself, design different environments for yourself, it's like a positive reverse feedback. That environment becomes you. You become that in which that you are living. At this point in my life, to give you an example, I'm able to travel around the world, sometimes just travel to different communities here in California, and I'm able to create these spaces with people in almost an instantaneous conversation, where right when we talk in the first 5 to 10 minutes, people lower their guard. They lower their guard, they're open, they're sharing, they're vulnerable. We're not talking about the weather or how good their day was this week or what happened at work. No, we're really talking about their story and my story and sharing those more intimate details with each other. And it's because I've now learned to carry the energy and the ambiance and the vibe that I've chosen to build over the last 2 years in this space, and by hosting beach volleyball in that space, and be able to create community within here and be able to affect that feeling of community with people no matter where I go. So discover it, cultivate it, live it. That is all for Homie Talks today. I am super, super stoked to be reading all of your comments. It is actually one of the most beautiful things. If you guys would like to talk, check that link in the description below, because my main focus is coaching. I love sharing my story, but I love helping people articulate their stories even more. So if you're going through something right now, click the link in the description below. You can book 30 minutes with me and let's get at it. Otherwise, share this, send this, talk to someone about this, plant seeds of energy for me if you could. That is the only thing I'm asking. And on that note, my name is Julian. Have a beautiful week. Peace.